Hello, and today I'm going to show you a couple strategies that can be used to solve a math problem. For this example, I'll be using 624 divided by 5. To start with, I'm going to use estimation to ballpark what my answer might be, and first off, it should be noted that 624 is the dividend, 5 is my divisor, and the quotient is the answer I'm trying to find. Now I'm going to use the method of rounding down my dividend to a number that is more friendly. I settled with 600 as it is a nice round number that is easily divisible by 5. I chose to round down because 624 is closer to 600 than 700, and it should give me an estimate closest to the actual number. Now to make this process easier on myself, I'm going to remove one zero from 600 and return to that later, so I should get the equation 60 divided by 5, which equals to 12. Since I ignored one of the zeros in 600, I'll now add 1 to my quotient of 12, as I know that 600 divided by 5 equals 120, which is my estimate for the problem. Moving along, I'm going to solve 624 divided by 5 using base 10 blocks. To start with, I have 6 hundreds blocks, 2 tens blocks, and 4 ones cubes. I'll first begin by splitting the 6 hundreds blocks amongst 5 groups, leaving me with 1 left over, which I will break down into 10 tens rods, which I will divide by 5, meaning that each group will get 2 tens rods. Now to distribute the other 2 tens rods that represents the 20 of 624, I will also have to split up, but this time using ones cubes, leaving me with 24 ones cubes in total. And as we know, 5 goes into 24 times, which means each of the 5 groups will receive 4 ones cubes, leaving me with 4 left over. This suggests that each group has a total of 124 with a remainder of 4. I will now show my work I just completed pictorially with boxes representing the hundreds blocks, lines will be my tens rods, and small circles will act as the ones cubes. As previously done, I will give each of the 5 groups 1 box with 1 left over, which I will convert into 10 lines, which I will then distribute 2 per group. Lastly, I will take the other 2 lines and replace them with 20 circles, which will be shared among the 5 groups, and of course leaving me with 4 left over, which we established as the remainder just a moment ago. Using the pictorial and base 10 models as reference points, I will now show my work symbolically using long division. I know that 5 goes into 6 once, so I will place a 1 on top in the hundreds place value. I will now subtract 6 by 5, leaving me with 1, but if I drop the 2, I get 12. And as we know, 5 goes into 12 twice, so I will place a 2 in the tens place value and then subtract 12 by 10, leaving me with an answer of 2. As we just did, I will now drop the 4 down to turn that number into 24. Although 24 is very close to 25, 5 only goes into 24 4 times, so I write down 4 as the ones place value on top. I will now subtract 24 by 20, which results in 4. As we can't do anything with that leftover value, we know that that is our remainder, which means the answer is 124 remainder 4, which aligns with the answers we got in the previous 2 examples. Lastly, I will demonstrate a personal strategy of mine, partitioning, that can be used to solve a problem like this. I will first start off by breaking down the dividend into 3 separate groups, which are respectively 600, 20, and 4. I will not be partitioning the divisor, but rather using the 5 to divide by. So I will write down 600 divided by 5, 20 divided by 5, and leave the 4 alone, as it is not a compatible number, however will come into play near the end. As we figured out when estimating 600 divided by 5 is 120, or to make it easier, 60 divided by 5 is 12, and then add the extra 0. Furthermore, if 20 divided by 5 is 4, we'll then take those numbers of 120 and 4, add them together to get the sum of 124. And as I mentioned a moment ago, that 4 that was left alone is our remainder, so our final answer is 124 remainder 4. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you found some of these strategies helpful. See ya.